Del & Co Solicitors. We're friendly, professional and cost-effective. A one-stop shop for immigration affairs as we take your case from the onset and represent you in court if necessary. Located at 659 Green Lanes, Haringey, London, N80QY. We're only 4 minutes walk from the Turnpike Lane tube station on the Piccadilly line. Call 0208 880 9393. That's 0208 880 9393 for more information.
Del & Co Solicitors. Legal advice you can rely on.
Hello viewers and welcome to today's edition of Legal Matters. My name is Winnet St. Luce and with me in the studio is Mr. Dele Olawanle of Del & Co Solicitors. You're welcome, sir.
I should say welcome back to you from maternity.
Thank you, sir.
It's been a while. People have been asking that, where have you been? I said, well, you'll be coming with the baby and baby is sleeping.
Yes.
She have shown the words, some people may like to catch a glimpse of it, Jesus loved little children. And I am so passionate about them. I love kids, playing with them. I was in Ukraine at the weekend running around the park, with the children playing Big Daddy. Interesting. Welcome back.
Thank you so much. It's good to be back. Thank you so much, sir. So, can you just tell our viewers what this program is all about?
Legal Matters is about purely immigration matters. So you may be asking me, okay, then why did you call it immigration matters? Well, we decided it will be called Legal Matters. Now, there is a lot going on in the field of immigration law. Laws are changing, rules are changing, even the judges are confused, lawyers are struggling, because they keep changing the law, so it's difficult to keep in touch with the fast pace of changes. What we do on this program is we take the most important and most relevant part of the law and we open it up to you and we explain it, that this is what you can do, this is what you can do, and you won't realize how helpful this program is until people come to you or they see you on the road and they talk to you and say, oh, you said this and I tried it and it worked. And so the essence of this is to educate immigrants and not immigrants. You may be a citizen that eventually got married to someone from outside the European Union and you need to regularize their stay. If you take notes and you remember what we've said here, then you can tell them, you can help them. Also, if you are from outside the EU and you need to regularize your stay, so we educate you, we tell you, you can make this application, you can do this, but I must say that this is a general advice. No two situations are the same. So if you want a specific legal advice for your situation, you will need to book an appointment and come and see us for confidential legal advice so that we can advise you on what you can do. Or this program has been going on for over 12 years on a regular basis, on a daily basis, and so it has been tried and tested and can be relied on. So what we say on this program is we give legal advice that you can rely on. Yes. So don't change the dial. It is the safest place to be.
Thank you. So, sir, Brexit. We've been hearing so much about Brexit. So can you please tell our viewers what Brexit is all about and what is the likely impact on immigrants from outside of the EU?
Brexit is Britain leaving the European Union. They want to stand on their own, believing that a lot is wrong with the European Union, and they don't want to. They want to be in control of their affairs. As a result of that, they want European Union citizens to go back to their country. But we don't know who is going and who is leaving. Maybe they will stop others from coming, or maybe there'll be a cut-off date for people who are already here. to leave the UK. Maybe it is possible in the future for them to say, oh, if you have lived there for 5 years, you can stay, but less than 5 years you can go. We don't know. But the implication of that for people from outside the EU is that it may work to their advantage, because if millions of European citizens leave the UK, obviously there will be a gap in the system when it comes to work, when it comes to getting. They said that the NHS is seriously short of staff. I read a report in the Times yesterday that says that a lot of nurses are leaving the NHS because of poor working conditions. They are not leaving the NHS; they are actually leaving the profession. And if they continue to leave, that would be a blessing in disguise for people from outside the European Union, because there are many nurses that will be ready to do anything. So it could be good news. Brexit could be good news, because before they exiting the EU, people are already leaving the profession and nursing profession.
Yeah.
So that will create a gap. It may well be also that it could lead to a stiffer control, even for people from outside the EU. We don't know, but I believe that it's going to be an advantage, because there'll be a lot of vacancies, a lot of jobs that needs to be done, and in order to keep the British economy very strong, and they'll have to fill it with employees, and I don't think they will want to rely on EU nationals, because those ones have access to benefits and or other drawbacks. But we will wait and see.
Thank you, sir. So for immigrants in the EU, what is the likely impact of Brexit on them?
Yes. So when we talk of EU nationals, as I said earlier, a lot of them may have to return to their country.
Okay.
They are already, some of them are already living.
Yeah.
Because there are people that just came into the UK and they hadn't been here for long, and then before uprooting their family, they decided to go back. So, and then depending on what the government does, the Prime Minister has been pushing for a hard Brexit.
Yeah.
But with the loss of her majority now, I think we are not hearing that language again. We don't know. Again, we have to wait and see.
Yes.
Brexit or no Brexit, we are here to stay.
So in relation to immigration application fees, you've been speaking a lot about this recently. Can you just elaborate on that for our viewers?
The immigration fees went up in April, and it has been a shock to the system of many would-be or prospective applicants.
Yes.
In that there was a particular client that I told that, oh, this is how much the fee of the application will be, and she has to pay £2,297 for indefinite leave to remain application. She almost fainted. And because I think the last time she made an application, she only paid, I think she paid just £500 to the Home Office, but now she's paying 500 and something pounds, 561. Now she's paying 2297. So they have to be aware that the fees have gone up. If you know that your application will be expiring in 6 months' time, you need to go and get legal advice now, so that you know how much it's going to cost you, and so that you can start saving towards that application. I mean, look at a mother or parents that have 4 children. So you have 6 in the family, and they want to apply for indefinite leave to remain, and you have to pay £2,297 multiplied by 6. That is a lot of money. And also, if you are making an application for leave to remain, a simple leave to remain application for 2.5 years, the application fee is 993 plus an immigration health surcharge of £500. So you'll be paying about not about, you'll be paying 1493 for an application. Now, if you have 4 children, that's 1493 multiplied by 4. So a lot the fees have crept up over the years, and now it's gone to an astronomical position that people have to think of that when it comes to making an application, and they have to be prepared.
Yes.
So leaving your application for 28 days before making an application, as the Home Office said, could be tantamount to toying with disaster, in that you may not be able to raise enough money to complete the process.
Thank you, sir. So what is the 7-year policy on children?
The 7-year policy, as they used to say it, but now which is within the immigration rule, is the Secretary of State saying, the Home Office saying that if a child has lived there for 7 years, or a child was brought into the UK and the child has lived there, was born in the UK and has lived there for 7 years, that they will not seek to remove such children. Now, but it is not automatic. It is also subject to what is called reasonableness. Reasonableness is not defined, in that what is reasonable for you may not be reasonable for me, may not be reasonable for another person. So it is something that has to deal with the evidence presented, how you completed the application form, the representation made on your behalf, and the objective evidence in support of the application. So when we talk of that, you can't just say, oh, my child is 7, I'm making an application to say, I've seen a lot of such applications refused. So you need to get a lawyer, you need to get legal advice, you need to know what you need to you have to do, or what you can do. You need to know the necessary documents and the representation to be made in support of such application. So the fact that your child is 7 does not mean you will be granted leave to remain.
Okay.
It depends. It's not automatic. So I want people to be aware that legal advice is second to none when it comes to this. Get legal advice, know what to do, tell the lawyer your situation, and then he can advise you.
Thank you, sir.
Talk to Del & Co Solicitors. We can professionally help you in the following areas: obtaining and/or extending your visa, asylum, humanitarian protection and discretionary leave, application for overstayers, immigration and asylum appeals, judicial review at the High Court, Tier 1 to 5 under the point system, including post-study work, fiancé visas, settlement applications, indefinite leave to remain, ILR, neutralisation, citizenship, entry clearance and appeal against visa refusals abroad, reconsideration of visa refusals abroad. In addition, we do other areas of law like family, traffic offences, employment, civil and criminal litigation and advocacy. If you need legal advice, call Del & Co Solicitors now on 0208 880 9393 or visit our website www.delsolicitors.co.uk. Del & Co Solicitors, legal advice you can rely on.
So what type of decisions have you been getting from the Home Office in relation to this 7-year policy on children?
It's been good, you know.
Okay.
It's been good. The thing is that you know, with time you develop what is called a wealth of experience in making representation and in doing the best for the client. Now, it does not mean that all applications made are automatically granted. So that people are not under under a misconception that, oh, once an application, it may well be that if you make the application and the application is not successful on the first try, it may be successful on appeal. And so we get some decisions on making fresh applications with the initial decision from the Home Office, or they won appeals. And I believe there are people watching this telecast who got their leave to remain through winning an appeal, or who got their leave to remain through making an application. So it's both ways.
Yeah.
But the results have been quite good.
That's great, sir. So for people who are watching and they are afraid to regularize their status, what advice would you give to them?
If you are afraid of regularizing your stay, then you continue to live in perpetual fear. And also you continue to be an overstayer and an illegal immigrant, if that is the situation. All I would say is fear it, do it, but do it. Go and get legal advice. That it is very important, especially for people outside London. What I've discovered is that some of them are so paranoid, they are so scared, they don't want to talk, and some of them have lived in the United Kingdom for many years, but yet fail to regularize their stay. I also want to say to people watching this telecast who are afraid, you fear not. Go and get legal advice, and if you are not able to make an application immediately, you may be able to plan and gather documents. You may need to write to your GP. You may need to write to your former employer. You may need to go and get some, or you may need to order bank statements from your bank and things like that. So going for legal advice is very important. Being afraid is not going to help you. It's going to make your situation worse, because if you come in contact with the immigration authority, you are liable to be arrested and removed from the United Kingdom. So get legal advice on what you need to do. Go and see a lawyer, and then you can know. They'll tell you the type of application to make. You can then they'll tell you how much it's going to cost, and then every other thing to do on the matter. So it is very, very, very important to get legal advice, and don't be afraid. I'll say fear it, but do it.
Thank you for that. So fear it, but do it. Still do it. So with the Immigration Act of 2016, right of appeals are limited. So what can people do?
Yes. Most of the decisions that used to attract a right of appeal in the past have been withdrawn. The Home Office says that they still give a right of appeal, but they give you a right of appeal outside the United Kingdom. So what they are saying is that, okay, we've refused your application, you can go and appeal after you have left the UK. We know that once you leave the UK, it's very difficult to win an appeal, because first of all, you have lived there for many years, and when you are sent back to your country, you don't know the situation you are going to meet there. You need to resettle to the system. So you will need to resettle into the system. So looking at that and the challenges you are going to face, you won't even be thinking of appealing. And even if you appeal, you are not able to come back to the United Kingdom to come and present your evidence or to argue your case. So people like that needs to challenge the decision by judicial review. First of all, they have to assess the merit of whether the case is strong or has any chance of being successful. So people like that need to challenge the decision in the court with judicial review. And there may be people that granted the right to appeal within the UK. Those ones should appeal, and they give 14 days, and in some cases they give 28 days if you are from abroad. Make sure you appeal within those periods. Don't keep it. Don't start crying and saying, "Oh, or go and put it." I saw a client some years back that they refused her application. Instead of going to see a lawyer, she took it to the church, and until the time to appeal passed. So don't be ignorant. You want to pray, you need to go and see a lawyer, get your things done, and get your appeal in, and then you can do whatever you want to do afterwards. The church is always there. So people should know that once your application is refused, and this Immigration Act 2016 has reduced the right of appeal, what you need to do is that if you are given a right of appeal this time around, which is a great privilege, make sure you appeal. If you are not given a right of appeal, make sure you look at challenging it by judicial review.
Thank you, sir. So, how can your firm assist people with their immigration matters?
If it is immigration, we do it. We take your case from the onset, from the beginning, through providing legal advice that to tell you this is what you can do, this is what you need to do, and these are the applications you can make. This is how much it's going to cost, and if you decide to proceed, we can then help you to make an application. Now, if we make an application, then if it is granted, good luck, and you can move on. If it is not granted, if you are given a right of appeal, we can still help you to make the appeal and argue your case. If you are not given a right of appeal, just as I said in my last response, we can challenge the decision by judicial review. But whatever is required to be done in immigration matters, this one is very, very competent enough to do what needs to be done. So we are a one-stop shop. So once you get to us, you don't need to run around. And if your case is to be argued in court, most of the cases is argued by me, and I have a wealth of experience built up over the years to be able to competently represent people on their appeals.
Thank you, sir. So, what is your final word for today's audience?
Now, when we talk of final words, now the first one is on good behavior. I will say that it is very important that if you are an immigrant, you must be on your best behavior. First of all, any act of criminality could lead to your removal from the United Kingdom ignominiously. Number two, if you have a criminal record, it's going to affect the decision, the merit on your case. You could go to jail and then lose the opportunity to live a peaceful life in the United Kingdom. So I want to say to you that if you have an outstanding application or you are yet to be granted leave to remain, flee from anything criminal. And if this place is your home, don't set it on fire. Now, if you are watching this program for the first time, it's a good program to watch, especially when you want to be educated. It's very, very informative when it comes to immigration matters, when it comes to how you can regularize your state, the things you can do, the applications you can make, how much it's going to cost. So we say a lot here, and no two programs are the same. If we do today's program, it is usually different from the next day program. So we do our best to make sure that these things are broken down and segmentally presented so that you can be informed, so that you don't become deformed. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your enemies about the program. Let them watch it. It's the safest place to be. And if you need further information, you can book an appointment and come and see us. And some of you do ask that, oh, will you be able to see me? Of course, I'm not invisible. When you come, if they give you an appointment, that means you'll be able to see me. I believe my friend here will say more on it as we round up this interesting program. Don't be depressed. Don't be distressed. Don't go on medication for depression. In most cases, your problem can be easily solved. Your issues can be easily solved. But the cure for ignorance is knowledge. So if you don't know what to do on your immigration situation, there are people who are knowledgeable in it. What is difficult for you is easy for them. So what I want to say here is that as you're watching this program, if you believe you have anything you are not sure of, or that you need more light to be thrown into, so that you can you can have the peace of mind, call the number on the screen, book an appointment, come and see us. And a lot of you, when you call, you say, they tell you that, oh, there's a consultation fee to be paid. Yes, it is not free. The advice being given here is general. It is free. But if you want to come and see us in person, you have to pay a consultation fee, and it is cheaper that way than to go and make the wrong application and waste thousands of pounds. So get legal advice. It's cheaper that way, and then if there's anything you need to do, you can go ahead and do it. Stop living in ignorance. Stop living in fear. Contact Legal Matters if you need explanation and further advice on how to regularize your stay in the UK. Until next time, from me and my friend here, is the best place to be. Goodbye.
Thank you for tuning into The Legal Panorama, presented by Dele Olawanle of Dell & Co Solicitors. Talk to Dell & Co Solicitors. We can professionally help you in the following areas: obtaining and/or extending your visa, asylum, humanitarian protection and discretionary leave, application for overstayers, immigration and asylum appeals, judicial review at the High Court, Tier 1 to 5 under the point system, including post-study work, fiancé visas, settlement applications, indefinite leave to remain, ILR, neutralisation, citizenship, entry clearance and appeal against visa refusals abroad, reconsideration of visa refusals abroad. In addition, we do other areas of law like family, traffic offences, employment, civil and criminal litigation and advocacy. If you need legal advice, call Dell & Co Solicitors now on 0208 880 9393 or visit our website www.dellsolicitors.co.uk. Dell & Co Solicitors, legal advice you can rely on.